Hello everyone, it is Opie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be another ramble video. I asked you guys over on my Instagram to send me some topics to ramble about and some random questions to answer. I'm also going to be doing my makeup again, but as similar as last time, I'm not going to be walking you all through it. If you want to be included in another Q&A video or something similar to this, you should follow me over on Instagram, which will be down in the description below. Alrighty, so starting off, we're going to answer a couple questions and then we're going to go into some ramble topics. So first question is, what is your favorite color or colors? My favorite color is jade green or forest green. I am a very earthy person. I like colors that are more muted or more earth tones, and so I really enjoy jade and forest green. I just think that they make me so happy and I really love how they look. What is your biggest pet peeve? I think my biggest pet peeve is probably, I would say my biggest pet peeve is like loud noise in the morning or like people talking in the morning. For some reason it just annoys the hell out of me. Oh my gosh. I don't know why it annoys me that much, but it just does. How has your life changed since starting your YouTube channel? This was asked by my beautiful friend Bub, who you should totally go follow. I will leave her stuff down in the description because she's awesome. I think what's changed the most is I'm a lot more comfortable with myself. I've kind of learned my strong suits when it comes to being in front of a camera, or what I really enjoy learning about and talking about and sharing with the world, and so I think that's definitely where I've changed the most. I've also found like a balance between my school and my, extracurricular things that I do, so like dance, YouTube, all of that stuff, and I think it kind of helped me to organize myself a little bit more. What is your favorite book? My favorite book changes a lot. Currently I am reading Crescendo by, I want to say Stephanie Fitzgerald or something. But I think my favorite book of all time, it's gotta be Survive the Night, and I cannot remember the author. Again, I'll leave it on the screen if I know. Or it's gotta be the Miss Peregrine series. These books are so good. For some reason, I'm just enthralled by this series, and I love it so much. So if you need a book recommendation and you like fantasy, I would so tell you, read this series, it's so good. Alright, moving on to ramble topics. I'm going to start doing my makeup now. So, my friend Catherine asked if I trust the sun. And I think that implies the existence of not trusting the sun, which raises larger questions, to be quite honest. Why would you not trust the sun? That's the question. Like, I think the sun, if personified, would be a really, sweet person. Like, I think that there's just something about the sun that makes the sun inviting and, homey and, all of that jazzy stuff. I am very much so a sun over moon person. I used to be the exact opposite. But now I am more sun than I am moon. So, yes, I trust the sun. I don't know why I wouldn't trust the sun, but, I trust the sun. Another ramble topic was ghosts, which I think is a wonderful ramble topic because I am definitely not a skeptic when it comes to ghosts. I feel like I've had so many weird coincidental things happen that just kind of can't be explained, so I credit them to ghosts. They probably were just other things that were, happening. I'd say that my first thing that I've attributed to ghosts was when I went to Pennsylvania to visit some family there. We went on the Gettysburg tour that they had going on there, and they take you around a bunch of different historic sites, and one of them was a little cemetery for soldiers. And so it was, probably 9:30, 10 at night. I remember seeing, towards the gate of this little cemetery, seeing, a dude standing there and being like, oh, that's kind of funny. I wonder if he's also on a tour. But then I realized that he was, completely alone. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to question that too much. But as I kept looking at him, I was like, you're just so weird. It was just intriguing me so much that this person just didn't look right. The more I kept looking, the less like a person he looked. He kind of just looked foggy. if that makes any sense. And I was like, that's really weird. I think I just saw a ghost, but like, oh well, you know, whatever. And we get back to our hotel room, and so I'm like, okay, yeah, everything's cool. It's great, dandy, whatever. And I wake up in the dead of night, and for no absolute reason, other than I got suddenly cold, and then realized that there was a person standing like in front of my bed, at the like foot of my bed. And I didn't think that it was any of my family, because none of my family looked like that, like had that kind of stature. He was a very tall person, kind of bulky, I would say, like had just a strong build, and definitely took up space, you know. The thing was, it wasn't even necessarily that he was there, it was like the vibe he gave off that scared me the most. He just kind of gave me like bad vibes, like something had happened and like I was about to be told like really bad news, you know, like that kind of vibe. So I was like, I don't like this, and so instead of being, you know, a rational like 10 or 12-year-old, I instead just went to sleep. I rolled over and went back to bed. But that, I think, was the most ghosty story I think I've ever had, besides one that happened in my old childhood home, which was, my sister also experienced this, but she never called it like a ghost thing. She just instead kind of said it was weird and like thought it was our dad. But what happened was I woke up in the middle of the night. I don't know, it probably would have been around like, I would say 3, 4 in the morning. At the time I slept with my door open, so I could see out into the hallway. And I kind of looked over, and out in the hallway, looking into my room, was this person. And I was like, oh, that's kind of scary. And I didn't think that it was like my mom, because it looked like a male. And I didn't think it was my dad because it was too short to be my dad. My dad is a very, very, very tall person. So I was like, that's weird. And I remember turning over to face my wall because I was afraid of looking directly at whatever was standing there. And after a while, it felt like it was at least 30 minutes. I finally felt like whatever it was, like, wasn't there anymore. And so I flipped back over and I went back to sleep. And the next morning, my sister was talking to my mom in the car. And I, you know, as a young child, was falling asleep in the back seat. And I remember hearing my sister saying, oh my gosh, I had the weirdest, like, experience last night. Like, I woke up and I thought that there was a person standing at the you know, the entrance to my room, standing at my door. And I was like, oh my god, that's so weird. Like, I felt the same thing. But at the time, I was very much so a copycat, and so everyone kind of, like, thought that I was just saying that to be like my sister. It definitely was a little unnerving, but I don't think it was the scariest thing that's ever happened. Something that I have recently been kind of, I guess, learning even more about than I already have knowledge of is I've been learning a lot about apothecary work, and specifically holistic medicine. I, as a kid, was super into holistic medicine. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And my grandma is very much so into, you know, herbs and growing herbs and just kind of like things like that, which is really cool. But I learned most of my stuff from her. I think only in the past couple of years have I really started kind of getting into the natural medicine side of it. I am still very much so a Western medicine type of person. I know that holistic remedies are not going to solve all of your problems. Like, sure, they may help a headache, but if you have the flu, please go to the doctor kind of thing. And so I've kind of been learning a little bit more about that stuff. My new favorite plant is called dead nettle, and you've probably seen it before because it blooms in a lot of places in the US, but it blooms in early spring to summer. And it can be used for natural remedies. It can be used to create kind of a boo-boo balm kind of thing. It can be used to help with headaches and nausea, and it's a very all-around good herb. It sounds terrifying. The name dead nettle isn't exactly what I think I want to be putting inside my body. However, it's very helpful, and it's a very cool plant, and it does a lot of cool things. And I think the most interesting part about it is to learn kind of what part of the plant does what, and why it does what it does. So like what chemical helps with this problem, you know? So that's what I've been learning the most about recently, and I've been having a lot of fun learning about it. I think that I am done with my makeup. It's very simple today. It's not anything too extravagant. I hope you all had an amazing day today, and I hope that your week is going to be great. I hope that y'all had a great time watching this video, and if you want to be included in the next kind of video like this, again, go follow me over on Instagram. I love you all here, there, and in opposite dimensions, so I will see y'all next week. Signing off.